Hello and welcome to Stephen Tries Less, everybody's favourite channel. I didn't know it was a thing, Stephen. Shut up! Today I'm answering the age-old question. Not which came first, the chicken or the egg, or which came first, me or your mother. No, it is, why is Stephen Tries only funny in other people's videos? Part 2. Because 3 years on, I am still shit on my own channel. So of course that means we're going to take a look at some of the videos I've done on other channels. Yes, the ones you actually enjoy. Those of you that are still watching this. And that of course means we'll be doing another tier list. Yes! 2023, the year of the tears, according to my rather morbid psychic.
I'm getting the word.
Depressed.
We have a great list of tears. Not times I've cried, parents' divorce, A-level results, and first time I got armpit hair. At the top we have Big Boy Banger. It's also your dad's nickname. Sweet, sweet content. I was there. Of course, that just means I was in the video. I was there, but did I do much? Yikes, and never again. Never again. And we will have some never agains. Now, of course, this is all about the channels I've been on. You know, you prefer me to be fast and loose, off the cuff, or edited and produced by someone else. Whatever. Don't care, it doesn't bother me. You think me being bad on my channel bothers me?
You're funnier on other channels.
Don't care.
I made that channel just to get on other channels. So we've played a big game of chess and I won. Yeah, I won. Doing collabs is tricky, you know, they don't always go well. And unlike James Corden X's, they can't all be big boy bangers. Take that, James. Yeah, finally someone's put it to him, alright? Let's kick things off, shall we? Speaking of kicking things off, let's do Chris and D's 100 shots sober versus 100 shots drunk. I think that was the title. It was a bit wordy, you know, a bit of a mouthful.
By the power invested in Sigurdsson. Oh no, not again. Edge of the box is his game.
Come on, Steve.
For the year 3s.
No.
When Chris approached me saying, will you do this video, I thought, yes. I'm rubbish at football, but then I've got the excuse to fall back on of being drunk. You know, it works perfectly. It fell right into my hands. You fool, Chris, you fool. But we turned up there and I saw this gorgeous AstroTurf pitch and I thought, I'm gonna hit a few missiles today. You know, it's unlike, I imagine what Putin says when he wakes up. But instead, we were on this muddy, disgusting pitch that had been chewed up by, I don't know, some year 7s. And I came away from it thinking, I hope I did okay. Watching it back, it went well. It was a big boy banger. I really enjoyed that. Next up, we'll stick with Chris and we'll do his Christmas video from a few years ago.
Even spell privilege.
Could you put it in a sentence, please?
This Discord group chat is quite privileged.
It was very much Jigsaw from Saw, just toying with us, you know. Oh, who's gonna get which prize? And the main prize was a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, if that's the latest console. Chris told me about this before we filmed it, and I said to Max, look, if I win that, you can have it. So I wasn't just playing for myself or with myself. Thankfully he cut that out of the video. I was playing for Max Smith, keen gamer. It was sweet, sweet content in my eyes. I won the PS5, and I'm sure that's not a reason why the viewers enjoyed it. We had a good laugh. Harry was sort of having a breakdown back at home because he was being forced to isolate from his own family. I think they did that for about 20 years, and rightly so. Let's go with the Sidemen Extreme Bake Off. Oh God, you've never seen flour being added to a mixture so extreme until the Sidemen did it.
The time started, by the way. Do something.
The time started. Guys, this isn't a joke. Get bacon.
Just in the way here. Come on, let's go find our sheet of
Yeah,
funny things to say.
I loved the Bake Off, the actual show, for many years, especially when it was uncool to do so. So this was a great opportunity for me to present it. This one, however, was sort of Halloween themed, so I dressed up as the Joker. No one else really got the memo in terms of makeup, never mind. And Max was there with me, but it sort of felt a bit like, I'm sure Max will agree, bring your son or even your mute dog to work day. I think I did my thing. It was sweet, sweet content. Pardon the cake pun. Yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna stay with the Sidemen for the next one, another game show. This time it is Sidemen The Wheel.
Toby. What's your category? Memes?
Memes.
Wow. You went to university, didn't you?
I did.
Got a degree?
I did.
Where did you go?
Coventry.
Coventry for 3 years. Murderers get less.
This was again during the COVID time when you had to get a swab up your nose and up your bottom. Hey, that's not a swab, that's Zerka's finger. Get out! So basically, I arrived at the studios, the proper TV studios, a little bit overwhelmed, and then they showed me all the cameras that had swept down, and they're like, this is the intro, this is what you need to read from, and I was just like, wow, this is full on. I was nervous, but we got it done, and I sort of didn't feel great afterwards. Then it turns out I was rife with COVID. I got home that night, and I was in bits, I was wrecked. You know, watching the edit back, it looked really professional. They'd made me look good, and it sort of made me get a taste for presenting. I could be the next Rylan, I said to myself.
Give me the yeah, and we'll go.
So I'm gonna put that in Big Boy Banger. Thank you, Vic, for inviting me. I'm sure the others wanted me as well. I'd like to think so. Ben Foster. I imagine myself and Calix were probably 8th and 9th choice for that video, but we turned up. He could have given me the greatest football boots on earth. I still would have been piss poor. That's what sort of affected the video a bit. Mine and Callum's hideous football ability. No offence, Cal. I've been watching Ben's channel for a little while. I was a fan of his work, and it was lovely to meet him. He's such a nice guy. So I'm gonna put it in sweet, sweet content. And whilst we're there, we'll also do the collab that I did for Chris. They both filmed a video. It's nice that those two got a video. You know, me and Cal just sat there with our, you know, hands down our pants. We couldn't film that, couldn't find the cock.
You've got some power in those chunky monkey legs.
Oh, fuck off!
I feel like when I do a collab, I like to give them something, you know. I feel like they've trusted me in the video. I need to provide. Unfortunately, I didn't do enough. In terms of the football content, I hit a few amazing shots, not my words, but the words of someone who looked like me but in a wig and glasses. Unfortunately, I'll have to say I was there for that one. I love doing it, but in terms of the actual video, I didn't do enough. Now we're gonna go for a cult hero of this channel. It's Rate My Takeaway. Yeah. I'm sure you're all too familiar with Danny, Rate My Takeaway. We've done various reaction videos to him. Myself and Max adore him. From the get-go, he was on form. I was like, wow, you are the Ben Foster of food reviewers. The actual sandwiches, I couldn't really eat because 3 of them were meat-based and I'm a pescatarian. Get over yourself, Stephen. All right. I really enjoyed doing it. It'd be an I was there in terms of my performance, but it's not all about me, you know, as my therapist likes to say. So I'm gonna put it in sweet, sweet content because the video did well on Danny's channel, I believe. Now, before I start this, I've done quite a few podcasts in between the last video and now. You know, it's all sort of by the by. You don't really have to do too much. But there was one podcast I did that would go in the never again category, and that was the E-Boys podcast. Let's plop that in there. Now, they're lovely lads, but I remember sitting down to do their podcast. It's never a good sign when halfway through, one of the co-hosts texts you saying, "I'm so sorry about this." I won't say which one did it, but you can probably guess.
No, Stephen, what are you planning on for Valentine's Day since you're clearly switched on to this?
Oh,
you know the DJ set?
No, I have nothing. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I was sort of sat there going, I don't know what to do. If there was a panic button, I would have pressed it. But their podcast was far more successful than the Stephen Tries podcast ever was.
I've done that, but with cum.
This might be the worst thing I've ever said.
But hey, never again. And that's not because out of my choice, it's just the podcast is dead, so it's hard to do something with a dead person. Any necrophiliac will tell you. Actually, they wouldn't tell you that. They'd say the opposite. Don't speak to necrophiliacs. JDs Don't Crack. But I did this episode with Specs Gonzalez. Every time I laughed, I'd basically face a punishment, which wasn't great for my digestive system.
Well, it's me, Alan Hansen. Let's talk about this lad up top today. How's he been selected? He looks lost, the young boy. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. He's getting no service, no end product, woeful, terrible, abysmal.
But I really enjoyed this. It was, of course, branded content, you know, for JD. But in terms of branded videos, this is the favourite one I've done, I think. I had a genuine laugh, and it was sweet, sweet content. Buying Stephen Tries 26 presents for his 26th birthday. When Chris messaged me about this video idea, I was ecstatic. I was like, whoa, 26 presents off a millionaire. Yes, please. Because of course at this time, we'd done a few of those takeaway roulette videos, and I'd always sort of been stiffed.
That champagne is worth £700.
It come with a card.
Look what I got. Mine comes with a cancer warning. You know, I'd thrown up on absinthe or eaten a raw egg. It hadn't gone well for me. And I thought, this might be the little bit of karma that I'd really like to taste. It wasn't.
Hello there. A message for Stephen Tries, and it comes from Chris, Harry, and from Will.
Oh.
And the lads want to wish you, Stephen, a very happy 26th birthday. And I not only want to wish you a happy birthday, but thank you for your support of me, your belief in the Donald across the other side of the pond. Great man. He'll be back in 2024. And I'm told...
You know, as I opened up each one, gift after gift, disappointment after disappointment, all I could think about was, that's a lot of recycling I have to do.
How dare you!
Got the picture of myself and Max as Batman and the Joker. That wasn't bad. You know, there were some usable gifts, but I think it was 2 out of 26, which isn't great. If Chris came to me with that idea again, I would say, no, let's punish someone else. Speaking of getting gifts, let's go to Will and E and his video, blah blah blah, something about KSI. Let's put KSI in the thumbnail and title, yeah? Yeah, if that's what you have to do to get views, mate, I'll just make really funny jokes featuring KSI. I remember he messaged me out of the blue saying, would you give me your Stormzy jacket from How to Be Stormzy? Great video, check it out. That is a very sentimental item to me, you know, it's the sign of the one thing I've done right in life. My girlfriend to tell you. Of course it was Will, and he's pulled a few pranks on me in the past, like that whole twatty tour thing, that turned out to be a massive joke at my expense. Literally. So I thought, I'll go on Depop and buy someone else's jacket, and it was from someone selling it in Newcastle. I was like, oh God, is this some sort of social experiment Will's doing to see if I'll backstab him? It wasn't, thankfully. And in return, I got a mystery present. A Tesla!
But you can't drive, can you?
I can drive!
You are?
I can drive!
You can't drive?
I've got a car!
We sold it, so I got you an electric one.
Whatever. The toy Tesla was very heavy. 2, my arse was too fat for it. 3, it was expensive. That's the most annoying thing. You've bought me an expensive thing I can't use. You think of the children. Not in that way. It was a yikes. Less of a yikes and more of a... This is the Park the Bus video on the channel called a really original title. What's that channel called? Yeah, we'll call it that. I had to take on a football challenge. I also had to park a bus, which was terrifying because I hadn't driven for many years. Nevertheless, a bus, you know, not after the council found out I was taking the kids elsewhere. I basically was shitting myself so much driving the bus that I didn't really enjoy it. But the football challenge was good. It was a good video. The sore loser in me would call this a never again. I don't think I did enough in that video. Next up. The Cube. This was when the Sidemen lads came to Manchester, and I was like, okay, this could be like the Wheel, you know, I get to do my presenting bits, make a few jokes. But then when I got there, I found out 3 of them had COVID, and I was like, oh shit, there's 3 jokes gone, at least. And it was a little bit all over the place.
Go on, man, play the game! Well done.
Come on.
Oh! Yes!
Step back!
Step back! Okay, big step back.
Ethan and Harry said, should we just drink? And of course me and Randy obliged. And that was basically how we got through it, which isn't the best way to do it, but it's what we did. And I think by their own admission, it was a bit of a yikes. I like to think I've set a good standard of when I turn up to the Sidemen channel, and that wasn't there. We also filmed another video that day, and that was mini golf. Nobody really wanted to do it, but it was sort of like, oh, we're here, we may as well. And I was all too keen to do it, actually. I think I was the keenest.
Steve won! Steve won! Steve won!
I'm the winner of the shittest more Sidemen video ever, apparently.
Recently on the Drink Off with Harry, he said it's the worst video he's ever done. So it's hard to put it in anything other than yikes. You know, I look back with fond memories of that. I've not won many things against males, so that was a great... or females, actually. You know, what am I winning against women? Hey? Hey? We'll put that in yikes. Let's address this question mark. Now, this was a video I did with James Alcott. Me and James had to do a bunch of challenges, travelling from one place to another to go and see a football match. I really enjoyed it. For some reason, it was never posted, which probably means I'm deluded in how good I think it was. So I imagine that would have been sweet, sweet content, but unfortunately never got to see the light of day. You laugh, you lose. This was a classic lockdown video on Will's second channel. But this was just people on the stereo app telling jokes. It epitomised lockdown material and people just made videos for video's sake, really.
Why is England the wettest country?
Because your mum's in it.
Because the Queen has reigned over it for so many years.
Nice.
Stephen.
I'm going to put this in, I was there. It was something to do. It was that, or masturbate, or watch Loose Women. Or masturbate to Loose Women. Which I wouldn't do. We'll go to Will sneaking himself onto the TED Talk channel. So how do we prevent this from happening again? Do I need to say any more? I saw a big difference in the levels of Will's channel. I hadn't been on for a while. None taken. I was asked to do a TED Talk, and Will said, basically, it's going to be a little bit like Impractical Jokers. You won't know exactly what's going on. And he told me I could tamper with one of his talks.
Tampered with that ass!
I went out there and I just gave it beans and told some really terrible jokes. I really enjoyed doing it. And as I was doing it, I was like, this is going to be a great video. It was definitely sweet content, but is it a big boy banger? Yeah, I think it was. We'll do Chris and D's World Cup of takeaways. It's mainly remembered for Will getting the police called to Chris's house in Jersey, I believe.
I do just want to say a big apologies to the Jersey police force because this, you know, it's not a joke. Like, we have wasted their time. I am sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
We were ordering takeaways for each other from various countries to see which was the best. The reason why I don't think of this video too fondly is because I had a big patch of some sort of sauce, some sort of condiment just on the side of my face for at least half the video. I didn't notice it, no one else told me about it, so I just looked like a div in a shark outfit. I wasn't the best in that video, so I'm gonna put it there. Last, and by no means least, the Sidemen charity match. Hey Stephen, you weren't playing in that, you loser. No, but I was commentating with Spencer Owen.
KSI giving the ball away. He hasn't struggled this much with the passing since Morpheus died. He'll be playing on the wing, but he's more of a full back if anyone's seen his posterior. With Callux, he's going to look to put in a shift in, just like the children that make his shoes.
Now, I was humbled and honoured to be asked to be the commentator in this Sidemen charity match. Yeah, one of my favourite things I've ever done, really. I love football and I love chatting shit about YouTubers, and to combine the two was just a match made in heaven for me. So that is, of course, a big boy banger. We'll chuck it in there. Any regrets from that? Maybe being, you know, too scared to speak to Mr. Beast and Speed, sure, yeah. But no, it was a fantastic day. So there we have it. A tier list of all the videos I've done in the past 2.5, 3 years, all of which are funnier than any of the shit I do on my own channels. Whatever, yeah.
Don't care.
Not bothered, man. Oh God, that was hard to get past my ears. But hopefully there'll be many more collaborations I do in the future, because I love being on other people's channels, you know, within reason. How many subs? Get Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what was your favourite collaboration I've done, or don't, you know, life's short. Do you really need to be typing away in this channel? Stay safe, stay humble, ciao. Bye-bye. Just too floppy for it.